name is Jennifer and welcome to A Vintage Vanity. I'm super excited for today's video because, well, you guys are here. And as you can tell from the title, we are changing things up a little bit. I've not done a vlog in years and years and years, but you know, I thought this was a good time for it because right now I am prepping for a really good October schedule. I cannot wait to share this with you guys. I've never been so more excited about something I've done on this channel in a long time. So super excited for that coming. But also with all the craziness going on in the world, there's a lot of people out there that can't travel. So I thought, you know, maybe some of you guys want kind of a virtual vacation. So when I went out to California, I decided to do a little vlogging. Now, it's a little bit different than the way I used to vlog. So I don't know. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. But before we hop on the plane on our vacation, we need to stop and share the love. And today we're sharing the love with Lady Rebecca Fashions. I absolutely love her channel and find her delightful. And while, yes, she is a historical costume sewer YouTuber, is that a title? I don't know. It's a long one. I love watching historical costuming channels just because they use a lot of techniques that I don't use that expand my inspiration for things that I do. And I absolutely love their use of trims. I find super inspiring. And Rebecca's stuff, she's done some Cinderella stuff that I absolutely love, but she also does some wearable clothing as well. And it is skews more vintage, like this pumpkin pinafore she just did. It was so cute. And the other thing I love about her channel is she does some like fit issue videos as well. Like if the waistband is too small on a skirt, how to make it a little bit bigger, which tailoring is my nemesis. So I love getting to watch videos like that. I think you guys would love her as well. So feel free to check her out. Her links are in the description. And now it's time for us to leave on a jet plane. If you are flying to Santa Cruz, the only way to entertain yourself in flight, of course, is to watch The Lost Boys. Of course, the fact that JL and I had not seen each other for over a year and a half, and let me tell you, I think 5 lifetimes were lived in that year and a half, to say we were excited to finally see each other in person was a bit of an understatement. And of course, a trip to the West Coast is not complete without getting In-N-Out. I think I start craving it the moment I land. For the rest of that first day, I didn't pick up the camera again because we pretty much just spent the day catching up on a lot. We had to start off the official vacation with brunch. So we stopped at this really cute place in Santa Cruz called the Harbor Cafe because I was told there was this delicious cheesy egg bake thing that was going to blow my mind. And oh my gosh, it was delicious. Of course, the first thing a Midwesterner wants to do when they get to the West Coast is to hit the beach. So please enjoy the pleasing sounds of the magical ocean. As we frolic, as only JL and I can uniquely frolic at the ocean's edge. Then we decided to take a drive along the Pacific Coast Highway because it's beautiful. I mean, look, the ocean stretching as far as the eye can see. Those little rocky, jagged sections of land just poking out into the sea. I don't know what it is about the beauty of nature that just seems to balance out the soul. Makes you feel in touch with the world again. And especially right now with everything going on, it's so easy to feel so disconnected. But driving down the PCH, it just plugs you back into the world. And also makes you hungry. So we headed to this little bakery and oh my, Pies and muffins and cookies, oh my. Oh, so many yummy goodies. Let me tell you, it was delicious and I didn't regret it. I swear, it's like you feed me a late lunch and I no longer have the ability to pick up the camera and vlog. But we basically spent the rest of the day back at the beach and then attempted to go to the boardwalk. I thought it would be cool to be there when the sun was setting, and it was. It was absolutely cool, but that's also when the boardwalk closes. So we ended up just going out for dinner later that night. But the next day, man, we packed in a ton. So buckle up for day 3. This day was pretty much packed with everything that was on my must-see and do list for Santa Cruz. And we started things off by going to the Henry Cowell Redwood State Park. I had always wanted to walk through the redwoods, hug a redwood tree, and I got to do all of those things. And let me tell you, this forest is truly majestic. The best way I can describe it is feeling like you are walking through a crowd of Ents, those magical trees from Lord of the Rings. And you can definitely see how folklore came up with this whole idea of talking trees. You just feel the age and the history, and you do want to walk up to a tree and be like, what have you seen? What change have you seen in this world? This is all above you, and it feels very nature's cathedral. And of course, even though we're walking through this majestic forest, JL and I cannot help ourselves from being JL and I. JL? Huh? What? Jennifer? Hello? Marco? Polo? JL? Right inside the state park is Roaring Camp, which has a bunch of like buildings that I'm sure have stuff in them and like things for kids to do and stuff. But we were really just there to ride the steam train, which takes you to the summit of Bear Mountain. It's about a 75-minute train ride, but you get views that are absolutely stunning. And of course, they give you a little bit of history on the train line and the forest itself. It's so fascinating. And you know, if you're looking for Bigfoot in the forest, it can actually cover a lot of ground for you in a short amount of time. And if you're unfortunate like me and you don't spot him at all, it's okay. You just gotta go to the local Bigfoot Museum. I was so excited about this, and it literally is the tiniest little building that has some castings of what may or may not be Bigfoot's feet, and then it has a lot of pop culture references, and it was everything I wanted it to be and more. Yes, I am casually sauntering into the mystery spot, but internally I am skipping because I am so excited to go here. This is a spot in the Redwoods that was discovered in 1939 where there's this really weird gravitational anomaly that people cannot explain.
Let's unpack what we already know here, right? This is a level surface, as confirmed for us. And if we know about physics, this ball shouldn't be moving at all. At first glance, we read this side is higher and this side is lower, which would suggest that the ball were to move anywhere, move into the cabin like so. But as you all saw, when you send that into the cabin, it stops and rolls out the other way.
And of course, I had to give him my Bomber Betty custom lipstick to test the laws of physics with. It is the most disorienting feeling to be there.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's not moving, right? Because you can definitely feel this force pushing you or pulling you in a certain direction. And where I can awkwardly climb up onto a table and pretend like I am on the Titanic. It is a place where things just are not as they seem. Gravity defies itself. Physics don't make sense. And then it was take 2 for visiting the boardwalk. And let me tell you, watching the videos back, I still cannot get over how much we packed into one single day. This is insane. But I was so excited to visit the boardwalk because it is iconic to Santa Cruz, and not just because of the Lost Boys, but because it is one of the oldest amusement parks in California and one of the last seaside parks on the West Coast. It was founded in 1907, and this building here was actually the pool back in the day, and I kind of wish it was still a pool because it looks absolutely amazing. And this Laughing Sal, I love how creepy she is. Come on. She used to greet visitors. Why? Why would you not still want that out front of your boardwalk, right? The creepier, the better. But honestly, the Santa Cruz boardwalk is summer personified, right? You got the beach and the ocean on one side, and you have all the smells and excitement of an amusement park on the other. And of course, we had to start things off with a log ride because it was a hot day. And we had watched quite a few people come down on the log ride, and it didn't look like people were getting very wet. So we thought that was a perfect first ride to go on. We were wrong. We got drenched. What better way to dry ourselves off than getting on the famous carousel? And what was really fun about this one is it had these little like round metal rings you could pull out of this little contraption, and then you could toss them into the clown's mouth. Even though I didn't get footage, we did end up riding the old wooden roller coaster, the Giant Dipper. For being an old wooden roller coaster, that ain't no joke. It was fun. And the day is not over yet. After that, we ended up going back to the house, dolling ourselves up, and calling ourselves a taxi to head to the Brook restaurant, which was opened in 1947. And let me tell you, when we were picked up, we were transported back in time. How delightful is it that you have to take this little tram down the hill to get to the restaurant? So cute. And then JL and I chose to sit at the bar to have dinner and drinks that night. And it just, this place is like a place out of time. It is so amazing. This was probably one of my favorite nights, and they really kind of lean into that vintage feel. They also have a retro cocktail menu at the bar. So both JL and I decided that we were going to try out a sidecar. And let me tell you, both of us are obsessed with this drink now. It is so delicious. We might have had just a couple that night. After we finished eating, we decided to take a stroll of the restaurant. And let me tell you, the food was amazing. We had gnocchi, and it was some of the best gnocchi I have ever had. Oh, so delicious. I dream about it now. But this whole place is beautiful, stunning. Before we jump in the car and head up to San Francisco, I wanted to take a brief moment to ask for your help in reaching 2 goals this year, one of which is to hit 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's completely free. And if you click that notification bell, well, that is going to let you know when new videos have been posted on this channel. And, you know, we're getting there. You know, chugga away. And if you've already been subscribed to this channel, thank you guys so much for being here and watching all the videos. And of course, I am really close to 10,000 followers over on Instagram. I am like 75 away, but it's driving me bananas because it keeps flipping back and forth. So if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, you will find the link in the description box below. So let's go ahead and jump in the car and head to San Francisco. The drive up to San Francisco was beautiful as well. And I don't know, even from a young age, I feel like I've had the heart of a golden girl, because there's nothing I like better than taking a nice drive on the weekends to look at the pretty scenery. I can't be the only one that's like that, right? Oh, I think I forgot to say, this is actually day 4. So our first stop when we got to San Francisco was Golden Gate State Park. Now, we actually visited there both days because this park is ginormous and there's so much to see there. And it is so flipping beautiful. I just can't. I wish we had had more time. I could have spent 3 days just in the park by itself and done nothing else. We wanted to see some really pretty views of the city, so we ended up walking up Strawberry Hill, which we did see some gorgeous views of the city, which apparently I did not take any video of either, but there are also some beautiful waterfalls and walkways. But I didn't really think about the fact that we would be outside walking up a hill, so my footwear choices, not the best, but ended up being more comfortable than I imagined. When we decided that we were going to spend some time in San Francisco during this trip, the first thing I did was book tickets to Alcatraz, because that thing sells out like 3 to 6 months in advance. And it was on my bucket list, and oh my gosh, there it is. Even looking at the video, I get so excited. Like, it's right there, it's Alcatraz. It's so pretty, it's so lonely, right? All off in the distance by itself, but it's so much like, you know, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the movie The Rock, Al Capone. It's so steeped in our history that getting to go there was so exciting. And one of the things that really surprised me about Alcatraz was the fact that it was a lot smaller than I imagined it to be. And it was so fascinating getting to walk through there and hear the history, learn about the escape attempts, because, I mean, come on. They even had some of the cells kind of like arranged for how they would look like if an inmate was actually living in that particular cell. They even staged the rooms from the 1962 Escape from Alcatraz with the paper mache head and everything. It was really pretty cool. And then I get through the whole tour and there is no mention of where Al Capone's cell is. And as a Chicagoan, I cannot leave Alcatraz until I know where Al slept. So I did some Googling and a little research real quick to figure out what cell was his, and then did a little wandering and was able to find it, and it was right there on the 2nd level. That is where he went crazy from syphilis. Now you know that somebody is meant to be your friend when they excitedly say to you, "Jen, look over there. It's the morgue. I know you're going to want to see that." She was right. I did. And I know it's really hard to see, but there is like this creepy, desolate beauty inside that room that is just fascinating at the same time that it is incredibly sad. And that perfectly encompasses the vibe of Alcatraz. It is stunningly beautiful here. The flowers are gorgeous and vibrant. The greenery crawling over the rocks, the crumbling old buildings falling into the beautiful vastness of the ocean, the distance you see San Francisco, and it's just, it was everything I thought it was going to be and more. After that, we headed out for dinner, which was delicious. Let me tell you, California does vegetarian food so well. And I ate so good while in California. Yum, I'm hungry just thinking about it. After that, we ended up meeting with a few of you guys at the Smugglers Cove Tiki Bar. And again, I got no footage, but I did get a photograph of, at the end of the night, a couple tiki drinks in. But I want to thank Arancha and Greg and Ruth for coming out and hanging out with us. We had so much fun. Again, one of my favorite nights there. You know what? There was not a bad day of this vacation. And then we started our 5th and final day of our trip with brunch at the Dorian. This place is gorgeous. It makes me feel like I'm eating brunch at the estate of someone from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or something. But we may have chosen this place not just for how beautiful it looks, but also because of their brunch cocktails. We decided to have the Frosé, which was delicious, but I will say the nerds on top, yeah, nerds, Weird choice. Got stuck in the straw quite a bit, but the food, oh, the food was delicious. And of course, no trip to San Francisco is complete without doing a little bit of vintage shopping, so we ended up driving over to the Haight. Honestly, the one reason to drive over here is to go to Relic Vintage. They have some of the most fabulously curated pieces, and I feel like their prices are pretty decent as well. And the staff are always absolutely lovely. I have always had such an amazing time shopping here. Of course, if you're over there, you have to go to Decades of Fashion. It is literally like walking through a fashion museum. They have Victorian, Edwardian, and 50s and everything you could imagine, and everything is divvied up by the decade. So it makes shopping for what you're looking for really easy, and some of their stuff is amazing. Now, after we finished shopping, we headed back over to Golden Gate State Park to visit the Japanese gardens, which again was really high on my list to visit. The gardens were absolutely beautiful, and even though there were a ton of other people there, you still felt the serenity and the balance and the beauty there in the gardens. And everything was so lovingly cared for and thoughtfully placed and grown and cultivated. Walking through here, you feel the weight of history. The original caretaker of the gardens, who grew it from what was originally a small exhibit to the 5 acres it is today, him and his family lived and cared for these gardens for many, many years. And in 1942, they were taken from their home and placed in Japanese internment camps. And after the war was over, the family was never allowed to return to their home or the gardens, and a lot of their family heirlooms were removed. Today, it's so much more than a beautiful place to learn and connect with another culture, but also as a reminder of the past, which only adds to your journey during your visit here. We were also delighted to find out that we could have tea and some snacks at the tea house and just kind of relax and just be in the moment. And then after that, we raced the fog to try and get some views of the Golden Gate Bridge. So as you can clearly see over my right shoulder, a beautiful view of the Golden Gate Bridge right there. When we got here, you could still see it just a little bit, but now, curls thick. Well, that ended up being a total failure. It was so cool to watch the fog just roll into the city. And then, of course, it was time to head home. So that is it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this little change of pace, and of course I love hearing from you, so go ahead in the comment section below. Let me know if you have ever been to California, what was your favorite thing that you've done there, and also where is your favorite place to vacation, because hopefully we'll be able to vacation more and more in the next year, and I need some ideas on where I should go. And before you go, a huge subscriber shout out to Huzzah. Huzzah? I don't know. Every time I read your username, I think huzzah, and it makes me very happy. So I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I like it. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, watching, and being a part of our cozy little online community. And of course, if you guys are gonna miss the space between uploads, be sure and follow me on all the social media as a Vintage Vanity. If you want to keep watching more videos, go ahead and click the video you see playing right there. And of course, not to miss anything in the future, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye!